This is going to be good. In quotes, anyone who is a Muslim terrorist or an illegal Mexican immigrant, then get the hell out of America. Anyone who doesn't respect or support the U.S. military, then go lay in a hole and die. Did you really think they weren't going to, like, remember what you wrote, Larson? Like, did you think that, like, oh, you know, since you gave a really mature response to find out why you were suspended, we'll let it slide, and then you're going to write something about Muslim terrorists and people should lay in a hole and die. A teenager? The way they wrote the initial response, they seemed too mature to be like a child. Oh, Larson. Campers can go suck a dick in your bio, which is offensive and against the terms of service. You really didn't know you would get suspended for saying that? You really needed someone from the Xbox support team to spell that out for you? I guess so. And then they're like, oh man, so everyone's so politically correct. Common sense things. I don't understand why it needs to be spelled out. But again, I'm hoping that these all people are young and not my age, because if they need someone to explain this to them, they're idiots. So the Xbox Live support member Handlebars wrote back, what about my freedom of speech?
References to freedom of speech or the United States Constitution's First Amendment do not apply to Xbox Live, as we are not a government agency, nor is the Xbox Live service a government-funded institution.
So yeah, newsflash, companies can ban you for things that it's not about freedom of speech when you're a private corporation. Again, shock that has to be spelled out. When you violate the terms of use in the manner you have, you aren't in good negotiating position. You put I'm not going to read through that here, and everything's asterisked out. They put every kind of swear word and racial slur and profanity they could. Take a step back and ask yourself, is this really worth doing again? For everyone else, this is why sometimes I don't post the actual content, because my asterisk key is nearly worn out.
I expect a dumbed-down console, like the Steam console, where it's download only and there's no hard drive or disk drive. So I think there'll be a streaming device, which I agree with him. I don't think he's wrong about that. Like a $100 Xbox console that doesn't run in 4K or 240 frames per second. Where is he getting that number from? And then I think there will be a more expensive $400 console that supports 4K, 240 frames per second, virtual reality. I don't know if there will be models. I don't think you're going to get completely different devices.
Mike, where are you getting 4K 240 FPS from? Even VR doesn't require that or need that. What? Do you know the kind of horsepower you would need, Mike, to have a console or even a high-end gaming PC be able to run games at 4K 240 FPS? Where did you get that number from? He's just way out there, man. Come on, Mike, you could do better than that.
What did you say, my son? You don't want these hands.
That you've been facilitating gambling using CSGO. Is that true, Gaben?
They could choke on my ass. We had nothing to do with those CSGO gambling sites. We didn't make a penny off those sites.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything to stop them.
If you owned a grocery store that sold storage baggies, and the crack dealer across the street purchased those baggies from you to put crack in, would that mean you were facilitating and helping distribute narcotics, Mr. ReviewTech?
Well, no, but if I kinda had an idea what was going on, it would make me a dick, don't you think?
Shut your goddamn mouth, you know nothing. Go back to reading news articles while I'm sitting on billions of dollars. You bitch.
Dude, seriously? You're an ass, Gabe.
Hi, I'm Ajit Pai.
What the fuck are you doing? Why did Ajit Pai go on the Daily Caller and make that video? No one thinks you're fucking edgy. No one thinks you're trendy. We don't care about you. We don't give a shit about Ajit Pai. Why is he trying to be like a hip celebrity? I've never seen a public official, well, besides Trump, and for the dumbasses out there, a lot of them follow Alex Jones, not surprisingly, who I've seen in my comment section who've sent me Fox News articles, and they'll be typing, well, Rich, net neutrality was bogus because Google is pro-net neutrality and Netflix is pro-net neutrality, and they're big corporations, even though other big corporations, aka the ISPs, wanted net neutrality, but let's just ignore those. But Rich, big corporations like Google, Netflix, wanted net neutrality in place because it's Orwellian and it's pro-socialism, which means George Soros's nipples have frogs in them that's gonna turn other frogs gay.
and Leanne McAdoo is on InfoWars, and she's anti-net neutrality, and Alex Jones and gay frogs.
Follow them, because they're going to lead you to the truth. Okay? Are you following? You're an idiot!
YouTubers should have to pay out a huge portion of their revenue to the developers from which they steal all their content. Ad revenue should be shared with developers. This should be built into YouTube. Anything else is basically piracy. If you generate money from putting my content on your channel, you owe me money. But what game I was playing? People used to buy the games just from watching my footage. So Jackass, Phil, maybe people would buy Fez. I know that, for I'm sure they have bought Fez from seeing the gameplay. So you're kind of biting the hand that feeds you, especially since you're a fucking weirdo. And even if you make Fez 2 or another good game, people hate you so much, I don't think they're gonna buy it. So you may want to shut the fuck up and let them use Fez footage. Just a little pro tip for you. I did a full journalistic review of Fez, and there was some automated system to give you money. I would be knocking on your door to tell you to go fuck yourself and give it back to me, because that's considered fair use. I don't owe you a fucking dime. I don't owe you anything. Like, did you just, like, do you think before you talk, or is there like some kind of mental thing in your brain that you just type things and don't think them out? You're a fucking idiot, dude. I'm glad you shut your account down. I don't like you at all. I hope you never make another video game, and I hope you just go fucking hide under a rock somewhere and stay irrelevant.
Damn. I am so evil. Look at my evil, crooked beard doing evil, crooked things. I stay up night and day thinking, how can I screw over my subscribers? Forget actually worrying about content and improving it. What can I do to milk every penny out of my subscribers? And finally, months ago, I came up with the perfect plan. To start a Patreon and just take your money and offer absolutely nothing. Sure, I'll have fake goals where I'll offer you computers and I'll offer you cars and all these different things, but I won't follow through on any of them. I just want your cash, man. That's all I'm here for. And it worked. I promised you everything and gave you nothing, because I am an evil genius.
Hello?
Richie? Richie, how are you?
I'm like, what the fuck, who is this? I'm like, who is this?
It's Ralph.
Who the fuck is Ralph? Why are you talking like you know me? I don't know you, dude. See ya. Click. Up and be like, hello, what do you want?
Hey, Richie, it's Ralph. What do you want? You want to go get some coffee? We could go to Barnes & Noble and grab a coffee there.
And I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you? I don't even know you. Why are you calling me?
Richie, what are you doing?
I'm like, I don't know, Ralph. What the fuck should I be doing?
He's like, you want to go grab a coffee with me? Maybe you sound stressed, Richie.
I'm like, dude, if I flipped the fuck out in a public pizza place too. I'm surprised the cops didn't get called to me. I said, dude, if we are fucking meeting, I'm meeting you to beat the fucking shit out of you. I've had it up to here with you. I'm done with your fucking bullshit. I can't do anything to you because you're not threatening me, and I can't deal with you anymore. So if I'm meeting you, I'm kicking your fucking teeth in.
You know what, Richie? You need to speak to me nicer. I'll call you back in an hour.
I was like, Ralph, I don't know you. I'm not gay. And even if I was gay, you're the weirdest, creepiest guy on the planet. So even if I was a diehard man fan who had dicks for life tattooed on my chest, you're the last cock I would ever want because you're creepy.
There is a major problem when the men and women at 20th Century Fox think casual violence against women is the way to market a film. There is no context in the ad, just a woman getting strangled. The fact that no one flagged this is offensive and frankly stupid. The geniuses behind this, and I use that term lightly, need to take a long, hard look at the mirror and see how they are contributing to society. Imagine if it were a black man being strangled by a white man, or a gay male being strangled by a hetero. The outcry would be enormous. So let's right this wrong, 20th Century Fox. Since you can't manage to put any women directors on your slate for the next 2 years, how about you at least replace your ad?
So let's take a look at this billboard right now. I'll pop it up on the screen. Okay, take a look. What do you see? I see a billboard for a fucking movie. It's fictional characters. It's mutants. Mutants don't exist in the real world. Okay? I see 2 of them battling. That's it. I don't see, it's not the equivalent when you have fictional characters, okay, with special powers and abilities, gender aside. There's no way you could compare it to a white man strangling a black man or a straight man strangling a gay man. It's
totally, those are real life things. Gay men and black men exist compared to fictional beings that don't exist. No, Rose, it is not the same fucking thing. Only someone who's fucked in the head like you would think, even along the terms, to even think that you could compare these two things. Fox conceded to what she said. They were like, oh, please, 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 please keep watching our movie. What amazes me, though, about Rose McGowan is that she has the balls to cry sexism with this when she is like, she objectifies herself all the fucking time. As a matter of fact, she was having an interview with Broadly, and the interviewer brought up what she was wearing with Marilyn Manson. But mark my fucking words, because I've seen it before on television, if it was a woman who got beaten up or bruised or God forbid something worse by a guy, oh my God, men are terrible, it's tragic, it's awful. The double standard is disgusting.
Wolfenstein 2's official slogan is Make America Nazi Free Again, and they posted this on Twitter. Make America Nazi Free Again, hashtag no more Nazis, hashtag Wolf2. Now, there are a lot of people in the world, in case you were shocked, that are stupid.
Oh wow, what clever marketing trip, tapping into hysterical leftist power fantasy. So current, so subtly political. Wow, go fuck yourselves. Another person tweeted, way to make it political, not buying. Another person tweeted, cool, didn't know Bethesda teamed up with SJWs and Antifa. And then
The amount of stupid. You fucking morons. You realize that Wolfenstein has always been about killing Nazis. New Order, which came out a few years ago. What were you doing in that game? What were you doing? You were killing Nazis. Now all of a sudden it's not okay? What you do realize something. What are Nazis? What happened during World War II? Did you ever see videos? I'm a glutton for punishment. I've seen the videos where there were literally piles upon piles of bodies that came out of gas chambers where they were thrown, just innocent people, just dead people, into mass graves and just burying them. We have to walk on eggs around you? A video game that has had the same premise for years now has to walk on eggs because you feel like you have a small amount of power? Fuck off. He has a beard and I think it rules. That's because he is Gabe Newell and he's cool. Yeah. He has a beard and it Gabe Newell has a beard and it rules. He has a beard better than your beard. It's not my beard because it's his beard. Gaben has a real nice beard.
Real nice beard.
Gaben has a real nice beard.
Real nice beard.
I think I want to touch his beard.
You want to touch his
because he has a real nice beard. Yeah. Hey, get off the couch, baby boomers. All caps. Are you kidding us? We don't have time. Time is also in all caps. To sit on the couch, we have to work to pay for your food stamps and free stuff. Hashtag get a job. Again, the article is about health things. Has nothing to do with baby boomers being lazy. Get off the couch, baby boomers. I worked from 16 to 62 years of age. I am tired. I owe you nothing. You are your own problem. That's great. But again, the article was talking about it's dangerous to sit too long and how it's bad for your health. But okay, that's cool that you owe us nothing. I don't care. I'm glad you don't owe me anything. And again, this is the last one I'll read because it just keeps going and going and going and going. Get off the couch, baby boomers. They aren't on the couch. Who do you think works in this country? I'm sure you work, sir, but you're also a moron. Where he was like, ladies and gentlemen, you need to tell your friends, you need to tell your family, they're opening up the FEMA camps. They're engaging them. It's something's happening. And I remember freaking the fuck out because at the time I was still in Alex Jones' shit. So I was like, oh man, holy shit. I remember seeing the whole thing with Jesse Ventura, who I still like Jesse Ventura, by the way. I'm still a big fan of Jesse Ventura. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this is it. We're going to be rounded up in fucking like army vehicles and sent off to FEMA camps. And it never happened. And I'm like, that was...
Obama calls for the FCC to protect the internet. Kind of like the mafia 100 years ago in say, New York would say, somebody burnt down a grocery store a few weeks ago because they didn't pay for insurance from the family. you might want to, ask us to come in and hire some of our people, and we'll keep an eye on the place for you and pay us 20% of what you bring in. And we'll even shut down your competition, and you'll be part of the crew. So the FCC is going to come in and protect the internet. Me, you little punk. You're going to do what we say. We're going to break your legs. Next, you know what we're going to do. Ever.
And it was at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with Alex Jones. This guy is against something that he should actually be totally for in his business. This guy is a shill. I don't know who he's working for or what he's doing, but I don't trust him anymore. She wouldn't have to be killed for her book to sell. She's Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia in Star Wars. If she never acted again after the Star Wars movies, that book would still make money. What are you talking about? They don't have to fucking kill her for a book to make money. She played one of the most iconic characters in Hollywood history. You idiot. He's tying the death of Carrie Fisher and the whole conspiracy he just made surrounding it to when Joan Rivers died, when she called out Michelle Obama for being a transsexual. Same Michelle Obama, okay, truly is a transsexual. She is a man, and she has a penis that is so big that when it's erect, you could use it as a diving board to dive into a pool. And it's true. Why would the government want her killed? Wouldn't they just ignore her and say, oh, she's a crazy 81-year-old woman. She's just not, she's Joan Rivers. Just disavow it. It's not true. Why would they go through the effort of killing her to prolong the conspiracy? Oh, the government would kill me, but if they kill me, it would make me into a legend, and that's why they won't do it. So why the fuck would they do it to Joan Rivers? They would just ignore her and let it go, even if what she was saying was true. God, your conspiracies are just so half-hearted. It didn't happen because I called out, I predicted it, and it made the elite scared, and that's why it didn't happen. Don't be a fan of Alex Jones. Don't be a fan of the Young Turks. Don't be a fan of CNN. Don't be a fan of Fox. Don't be a fan of, I don't think, is anybody a fan of Glenn Beck? Take the few minutes a day to research something that you see. I know plenty of people, I even have family members who piss me off that are more than happy to put up fake fucking news on Facebook, and they'll spread it all over. But I've told them, did you fact check this at all? And those, I don't have time for that, but yet they had time to, post that article in 20 different places. Oh, geez, Soldier Boy, what happened? I went to your website to go pick up the super cool Soldier Game Fuse console that goes for $400 that has a Tegra K1 processor in it that's actually less powerful than the processor in the Nintendo Switch, and I can't get it anymore. There's no more consoles on your website. What happened? Did Nintendo, SNK, and Capcom get to you because you're illegally selling their IPs? I bet you they did, and they weren't happy with it. I wonder if they're Poland. I would have talked about it just as much. Race had nothing to do with it. And if you're one of the idiots out there that used race, you are permanently irrelevant. You are permanently irrelevant because you used a cheap tactic to, one, get eyes on yourself, and two, to try to call out other YouTubers, and it's absolutely disgusting. Your opinion means nothing from here on out. Okay, that was a cheap tactic to get attention on you and to try to discredit other people, and it's disgusting. And just shut up and never talk again. Take this gigantic L and sit in the goddamn corner because you're morons. What amazes me too is the same people that are saying, oh, Rich is racist, he's just a clout chaser. First off, with the clout chasing thing, I've been talking mostly about gaming news and current events in the tech industry and even politics since 2011. I really haven't reviewed that much since 2011. Mine is here and there. I did the occasional review. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is what I do. I discuss the industry. It's not clout chasing. This is what I have interest in. It's what I've been doing now for about a decade. So I know some of the people who were commenting and criticizing, you aren't new to what I do. Now all of a sudden it's clout chasing.
Charged games like China Warrior. Compare it to Nintendo's Kung Fu. Can you spot the difference? TurboGrafx 16 has 16-bit graphics that make characters up to 32 times bigger and almost 10 times as many colors.
I'm goddamn saying, do you understand now? We've always been graphics whores. It's always been about the graphics. People have always compared the competing systems. This isn't a new thing. I'm so tired of hearing in the comments section, what about back in the day when games were simpler and no one cared about graphics? No, they did. From January to mid-April, let's say. And that is the New Year's resolutioners time of the year. This is when everyone, January 1st, has that magical unicorn come into their room and shove a dildo filled with ambition up their ass, and they think they're going to change their life around and get in shape and go to the gym and everything's going to be happy and merry and lovely and sexy. And then they realize, oh my, the gym takes effort, this sucks. This, I'm leaving mid-April, it's done, see ya! And then everything gets back to normal, and then going to the gym is a pleasure again. In this packed parking lot, I'm looking for a space that's close. It's f***ing freezing out. I don't want to walk in this horrible weather. I find a space. I'm not moving slow, I go up to it. This f***ing dude cuts me off and takes the space, and I had to park all the way in the back. It was windy as shit. By the time I got inside, my nipples were so hard they looked like rocket launchers. In a back room, and there's the tricep machine. Now, there was this fat, ugly bitch on it, and she was sitting there on the machine, not doing anything. She was playing with her phone, which people do all the time at the gym, and it drives me insane. If you're going to be at a gym, work out, go home. Can you not be on your phone for half an hour? Anyway, so I go there. Not only is she playing with her phone, she calls somebody. So I look at her, I kind of nod to her politely. I want not rude at all. She looks at me and kind of like rolls her eyes and she's like, yeah, whatever, I'll get off in a minute. Goes back to her phone call. So I'm like, whatever. I could go on other machines. I could wail on my sexy packs and other machines and then I'll come back to this one. I go back to this machine and this Sasquatch looking bitch is still on the phone doing nothing. She hasn't even used the machine yet. Perez, and she's like, alright, this dude, he keeps on looking at me. Let me get out this machine, I'll call you back in a minute, alright? I'm like, you're aggravated at me? You have a membership here. You don't own the machine. And then on top of it, what's the point of going to the gym if you're not going to work out? Just because you're in the goddamn building doesn't mean you're going to lose weight. Oh my god. Again, I was waiting for a dude. He was on a machine. I ask him if he's done. He looks at me and says, yeah, I'm done, man. In a rude fashion, because how dare I ask if he's done on a machine. And he gets up. I look down at my iPod for like 15-20 seconds. I want to change the song that I'm using. I go over to the machine. It was a back machine. I look down at the seat. There are two perfectly formed ass cheeks of sweat in the seat. He didn't clean the machine. So I had to go, I get like 5 pounds of paper towels, man. I'm not touching this dude's ass sweat. Who the hell knows where he's been? So I spray it down, spray the seat. I make sure I have a mound of towels so I don't dare touch this guy's ass sweat. I wipe it down. This happens all the time now. Again, it happens from time to time during the year, but now because the New Year's resolutioners are there, they'll drop their ass sweat everywhere. It's a disaster. If you're on a machine, clean it. Wearing these Daisy Duke looking pants, man, they were so short it was dangerous. And he looks like he was auditioning for Teen Wolf, okay? He was wearing a tank top, hairy as all hell. He was like 3 feet in front of me because that's how the machines are set up. And this guy starts jogging and pounding his feet so loudly that even with my in-ear earbuds, I couldn't hear my own music. On top of it, he sits there jogging with his hands on his back. He's lifting up his shirt so you could see his hairy ass back, and his ass crack is sticking out. So here is this gorilla-looking freak of nature wearing Daisy Dukes in this bright orange and white outfit, and I can't avoid looking at him because of where the elliptical machine's positioned, sitting there pulling up the back of his shirt with his ass crack out. And you're gonna say, oh Rich, why were you looking at that? Unless I wanted to pull a poltergeist and flip my head around a 180 to look at my own ass, I had no choice. Trust me, I tried to avoid it.